broke something. Fortunately guys, we have broken the shock rod end. Obviously not too biggy. We did however land on the wheelie bar, so you can see this. Alright guys, we're back home. So I did show you the damage we sustained with the shock rod end, which isn't a biggie. I've got another one. I can get that replaced. But what I wanted to share with you is I'm having some kind of problems with this ESC, and looks like I'm going to have to go through the warranty claim process with Arrma in the UK. So I just wanted to let you know how that works and what's actually going on with this, because it's not something that I've seen. I've been trolling the internet, I've been trolling YouTube, and no one seems to have come across this exact problem. So it'll be interesting to see what the issue is and how Arrma deal with this problem that I'm having. So what I'm going to do is I've got a set of batteries in there. I have been swapping and changing and doing things with this. So currently the cover plate for the top of the receiver and the servo has been removed. I'm just getting this thing ready to go back to Logic RC. It is in the UK that we're going to be sending this to. But before I do pack it up and send it off, I wanted to show you what's actually happening with this RC. So I'll just get this fan connected, just make sure everything is connected. So let's turn the remote on. Let's just find the power button. There we are. Right, so you notice straight away there's none of that 8 beep countdown and the melody to let you know that this thing is working. That's telling you the remote is on, steering is working. I'll show you. You can see it's pulsing. Just there's a green light, and this green light guys is on all the time. It doesn't stop, it's just continuously flashing green and it's pulsing all the time. So there's steering but there's no throttle. So first I did was a calibration, but if you look just down there and a bind, you see the light on the receiver is on, so that means the remote is bound. And then I had to rule out the motor being faulty, so I pulled out the power leads, and obviously we're not getting any rotation because there's no motor leads in there, but it's still doing the same thing. So I couldn't be 100% sure that it was a problem with the motor itself. So what I've done is, because luckily I have the exact same ESC in my Kraton 8S EXB, I'll just turn this off so you can hear me better. So I've got the exact same ESC in my Kraton 8S EXB. So what I've done is I've pulled that out of there and I've popped it straight in here and I've hooked it all up, and that was working perfectly fine. So by doing that guys, it's telling me that this motor is fine, the receiver box is fine as well, and my remote is fine as well. So there's no issues, and the batteries are good as well. I do have 2 sets of these batteries, so I know I did swap them batteries out first of all just to make sure there wasn't any issues with that. So yeah, this is how far I've got. So this thing is now pulsing all the time and it is flashing green all the time. There is some fault error codes that Spectrum do show you in their manual, but none of them error codes correspond to what the problem I'm seeing here. So what I had to do then guys is I got onto the phone to Logic RC in the UK, and I spoke to a person called Mark, who was very helpful, and basically just explained to him what had happened. This car is actually a year old today, so I purchased this exactly a year ago. So this ESC has lasted me a good year before it has done all of this. You saw the jump that we did, it was only a small jump. Yeah, we broke the back arm, but it's landed much more heavily than that in the past without any issues, and we did land on the back, we didn't land on the front or anything like that. So how this thing could have got faulty, I'm not too sure. But I did do the trick of hitting the bottom of the ESC with a hammer Just a couple of knocks just to see if that helped. It doesn't. This problem seems to be an issue inside the board itself. So as I was saying, the process for the warranty on this in the UK, guys, what you do is you need to contact Logic RC. When you contact them, they will ask you for proof of purchase. So anything like an invoice that you had initially when you bought this car, or even if you paid by PayPal, for instance, you can just send them a copy of the payment details page on your PayPal, just to show you that when you bought it, when you purchased it, that's when the warranty starts from. And then obviously they wanted to know what the problem is, and explain to him what the problem is. But then I did tell him that I've got the exact same ESC, so I swapped out ESCs and did all of that, and it did confirm that there's a problem with this ESC, and that was enough for them, guys. And they just said, right, what I need to do now is go onto their website, fill out a warranty claim form, and in there just my details and a brief explanation of what the problem is, my contact details as well. They can give me a ring. And exactly what we're sending back to them as well. They did ask for us to send it obviously well packaged, and to be sent for signed for, so then you know it's arrived on time, and it's arrived in its destination. So yeah, and what they said is we're going to have a look at it. They said 2 to 3 days to repair and get back. So, which isn't too bad. I mean, it does take like a week to get any parts in anyway. So a week without the ESC is not the major biggie. I hope it's not going to be any longer than that, because the weather we're having right now is absolutely awesome. So I'm hoping it's not going to take too long. Get the claim form in the box and put the address on there, and just send it straight into them. What they'll do is have a check and see, and if it is faulty, they will replace it. If they can repair it, they can repair it. That's fine. As I said, that's what a normal warranty is about. But guys, this little video now, I just wanted to show you this problem I'm having with this ESC, because it's not something that I've come across. So as I said, we're sending this out to Logic RC today, and hopefully that's going to come back in time. I'll just turn the remote off. And when that does arrive back, I will try and find out exactly what they did and what the result of trying to repair this, how they've repaired it, or if they had to replace it, what the problem was initially. So guys, it's currently going to be out of action for a few days, but I'm hoping it's not going to be too long, and then we should hopefully get back out and running very soon. Alright, so guys, I just want to give you a quick update on the timeline with this rig, and you can see there the ESC is missing as well. So took this initially out on Monday evening, I think it was, to get an evening bashing with this RC. I've not had it out in the evening before. So yeah, we did that bash, and that's when we had all these problems with the ESC and the broken shock rod end. So that was Monday evening. Tuesday morning I got onto the phone to Logic RC, because I was having the problems with the ESC, which you've seen earlier in this video. So as I mentioned, then I got in touch with a person called Mark, and very kindly went through the whole process with them. And obviously I've told you about the process so far with it. And that was on Tuesday morning, and then Tuesday morning again, after that phone call, I made the video, guys, which you've already seen, just explaining the problems I'm having and what I've experienced with the warranty process so far. And then Tuesday dinner time-ish, I packed the ESC up and I posted it off to them, which they got the next day on Wednesday. So on Wednesday I got a phone call from Mark, probably Wednesday afternoon I think it was, and he just explained to me the problems that they've had. They've received the ESC and they've put it on the bench, and they've tested it and whatnot, and have decided that it is faulty, and they were going to arrange a replacement to be sent out to me. So that was the end of that conversation. So I thought, yeah, it's probably going to take a few days before I see it, maybe even into the following week. Bearing in mind now it is Wednesday. So guys, today is Thursday, and this morning I received this. Wow, what customer service Logic RC have. That is amazing. So this thing was in my hand on Tuesday dinner time, and now Thursday morning, guys, 2 days time, just 2 days turnaround, I've got a parcel returned to me from Logic RC. So you can see I've already opened it up. Just wanted to make sure everything was hunky-dory before I did this video, guys. So now it is Thursday evening and I'm making this video. So guys, this is a 2-day turnaround. So open the box up and I've got a letter in there, so let's see what that says first. So from Logic RC. So it just says reported fault, green flashing light, got steering no throttle, which I explained to you guys earlier on. And then our report. So bench tested ESC using lipos, switched on fan noisy and found mount screws loose, which they were talking about. The fan itself had a broken blade, which I did repair, and it was catching, so it was making some noise. And I did remove my cover plate, and I must not have screwed the screws down tight enough for the fan. So it calibrated okay, throttled up, and the ESC went into reset green flashing light. Just a repeat green flashing light with no motor output. So pretty much what I said, but on their first hookup, the thing went through the initialization process, so it counted from 1 to 8 and made the melody at the end. But once it did that, it just went into that green flashing mode that you guys saw when I turned this thing on. It was just pulsing and just flashing green as well. Put on, programmer found it on punch 5. Obviously it needs to be on punch 5. The rest was on default. Reset punch to 3 seemed to make worse, wouldn't calibrate. So they reset the punch to 3, so it was initially set at 5, which I had it set at 5, and they set it at 3 now. And when they did that, it actually made it worse, and it wouldn't calibrate, so it wouldn't even turn on. It was pulsing like it was doing with us. So tried a temporary switch on it and no change. So they tried a new, must have been an on-off switch, I assume, and no change. So what do we get back? So this is how I packed it, guys. I just made sure that I had a load of packing. This is my actual box, and guys, check that out. We've got a brand new 160 amp ESC. Superb. A year on after I made the initial purchase and I had a problem with the ESC, Logic RC have come through for me, guys, and they've just replaced it. So I've got a brand new ESC in my hand. And 2 days ago I had a faulty ESC that was doing all sorts of things which got me quite worried, to be honest with you. And guys, I'm speechless. What good customer service Logic RC, and especially big shout out to Mark for getting this sorted and turned around so quickly. I mean, it takes me longer to order parts for these plastic parts that I break. They take at least a week before they arrive to me, and Logic RC have received my parcel, assessed it, didn't mess around, and got a brand new one in the post pretty much straight away for it to be in my hand today on Thursday, guys. This was with Logic RC yesterday, so that is absolutely amazing. So guys, the plan is going to be now, we'll put this ESC into the car. I will change some programming on this ESC. So for one, I'll do punch level 5. I will change the BEC value, the BEC value, to 8.4, which I have been running since day 1 on this servo, and I've had 0 issues, guys, 0 issues. And you've seen these things do take a beating when they're out. So BEC value at 8.4, and we'll put the brake strength at 62.5% as well. And I think that's it. That's the only changes that I've made initially when I got the car the first time round. So that's what settings I'm going to do. And guys, there are loads and loads of videos on how to program these things in. I don't have a program card, so I will be using the set button to program these in. A couple of pointers that you need to just remember. One is you can only change one value on each time you want to go into the programming settings. So say for instance I want to change 3 values there, so I'll have to go through, change one value, save it, which is a biggie. That's our second point. You have to, once you've changed the value, hold down the set button, I think for 3 seconds, for it to save that new value. If you don't do that and you turn the car off and back on again, it will revert back to the value it was already set at. And I know on the BLX 185 motors you don't do that. On there you change the settings and then you switch the car off and switch it back on and it's set basically. So on these you have to press the save button and you have to go through the whole process for each individual value that you want to change. So that's what I'm going to be doing with this. So I'll get that popped in. Also guys, whilst I was waiting for this to come, I did do some work on the car itself, so I'll quickly show you that. So as you're aware, we did break the shock rod end, so I replaced it with a new one, and this is the part number that you're going to need guys. This is the spring perch set and shock rod end set by Arrma, and it's ARA 330569. And in here guys you get a set of 4 spring perches and 4 shock rod ends as well. And it's quite straightforward to do guys. It's just a case of taking everything apart. You can take this shock off as well. If you've got a vise, it's really good. Just clamp the shaft in the vise, but when doing that guys, do put something protective around it. So I just used a piece of cloth around it and then put it into my vise and just tighten it up as tight as I could, and then it's easy for you to unwind the shock rod end and wind the new one back on. So guys, this is the old one that came off. You can see how it broke. So basically it broke right at the end, and so yeah, it's a clean break. So it's got the same one on it again guys. I know the EXB ones are a lot chunkier and the whole shaft, the shock is a lot chunkier, but I already had this in my parts drawer guys, and it's something that you should really have. If you've got a Creighton ATS or an Outcast ATS RTR, then just get yourself one of these. I don't think they were a lot of money. I can't remember off the top of my head how much it were, but it's nice to have them because you got 4 of each, and it's the shock rod ends that you will probably break on this car anyway. So that was the shock rod end, and this now guys is my wheelie bar, and I'll quickly show you. You can see how that wheel is bent, and the same on this side, and I've already gone ahead and unscrewed this. So this is how they come, and you've got an Allen key set for that, and I think it is 5mm hex key you need for that. So this is your wheel off, and that's how it looks guys when you take it off. So it's just a plastic piece and the screw goes all the way through, and it's quite a big chunky screw. Got a couple of bearings on it, so we'll just take them off. And guys, look at that screw, it is bent. Now that's not a small screw to bend, so that must have taken a hell of a force to bend that, and we've done the same on the other one as well. So this is not something that I have in stock, and you will need to get the Arrma version. I think you can't just go to an ironmonger's and pick one up. You do need this screw to have this kind of smooth finish on this side here, so you can hold your bearings in place and doesn't cause any kind of problems with the wheel turning. So guys, I'm going to get that ordered. I'll find out the part number, I'll get that ordered, but it's quite a simple fix. I mean, the whole wheelie bar is not expensive either, so you could just go out and head out and buy another wheelie bar. But it's quite interesting to see how the wheelie bar is set up. So guys, that's the car. That's what I've done so far to it. So as I said, we've got the brand new ESC to put into this now, so I'll put that in, program that all up, and we should be all ready to go again. So I will be leaving a link in the description below, guys, for Logic RC's website. So these are the people that you need to get in touch with if you want to make a warranty claim for anything Arrma related in the UK. And I will also be leaving a separate link in the description below for the warranty claim form as well, so you can fill that out and send your product off as well. So I'm hoping that you found this video helpful. If you are going to be making a warranty claim in the UK, I showed you how easy it is to do, and also, guys, how quick they actually get the problem sorted for you as well. So I'm really chuffed with how quick this thing arrived with me. So guys, as I said, I hope you found this video helpful and useful and informative, and it's been a pleasure. And I just want to say a big shout out to Logic RC for sorting my problem out so quickly. And until the next time, see ya.